My name is Lilly Abreu. I am from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And I am in Pittsburgh because I wanted to give a better chance, better quality of life to my family. As a single mother, I felt the responsibility to give my kids a better life and a better future. When I moved here in 1993, inflation in Brazil was 20% a month. I was working with lots of groups, singing everywhere, singing opera, singing early music, singing jazz, and teaching 20 students a week. I was very busy. I was doing everything I could, but still it was hard to make a living and to support my kids. And there was a chance, an opportunity for me to come to Pittsburgh. And my parents lived in Pittsburgh in the 60s. My father was a heart surgeon and he got training here. And they told me, yes, that's a wonderful city for you to move. Well, I told my friend, who is from California, that I was moving to Pittsburgh. He said, what are you going to do in Pittsburgh? There's sports teams, the Steelers, the Penguins, and the Pirates. You're a singer. You know, what are you going to do in Pittsburgh? And for my surprise, I found that Pittsburgh gave me so much more than I thought I could get here. This was a place that was a safe place to be, a safe place for me to raise my kids. And a lot of things were ahead of me and I was open to the opportunities. Rio de Janeiro is a beautiful city. I miss the ocean. I miss the warmth of the people. We celebrate a lot. And even if you're not from Brazil, once you get there, you make instant connection and friendships. For example, when you meet someone for the first time, you already have 2 kisses. 1 kiss here, 1 kiss here. It's an instant friendship that you make. I miss a lot of things about Rio, but most of all, my friends and my family. I am classically trained and I went to school to study voice and sing classical music. I had this passion for singing classical music because when I was a teenager, I learned how to sing in going to the church, and singing those beautiful anthems really gave me the desire to go study more about my voice so I could sing. And as I was singing classical music and moved to Pittsburgh, I also had a chance, an invitation from local musicians to also sing bossa nova and to sing samba. And I said, sure, yeah, I can do that. You know, I can learn The Girl from Ipanema, that should be easy. And gives me the pleasure of singing because I feel that people listening are having a good time. I found out that singing is more than just singing classical music in its perfection, but it's about the feelings. And it doesn't have to be classical or jazz or pop or the blues. It's just what you feel at that moment that is important for you. It's all good. There's no bad music. It's all good music. If it's coming from the heart, then it's the right one. When I moved here, I wanted to learn more about my craft of music, and my background is in music, but it's also in Portuguese. I received an invitation to go to the University of Pittsburgh and teach Portuguese. And I said, well, I did study Portuguese in Brazil, but I never thought I was going to be teaching Portuguese in Pittsburgh. I thought I was going to be teaching English in Brazil, because my mother was an English teacher. The opportunities I had at the University of Pittsburgh led me to teach Portuguese for business, and that also led me to work in a company that was doing business with Latin America and Brazil, and they needed my language skills. I was also working doing interpretation. I'm very happy I made that transition into using my skills of languages in helping others here in Pittsburgh as well. I like the fact that Pittsburgh is a calm city. I like the fact that I can live in a place by the park and be in contact with nature. I love being outside and planting a seed here and there. I have in my backyard a pear tree, a peach tree, a fig tree. In fact, I just planted a seed of avocado and I can see it just sprouting. It's so rewarding to see life sprouting right here. My kids were 9 and 12 when we moved to Pittsburgh. They did not speak any English, and they went to a school where they had ESL classes 3 times a day. They had English classes, and 6 months later, they were still not speaking English very well, and I felt that was one of my struggles, and their struggles too, because they left their friends behind, they left the family behind, and now they're in the country where they don't speak the language yet, they don't have their friends yet. That was one of the struggles. But then, 6 more months, a year later, they were completely comfortable with the language. They made new friends, they found new sports that they wanted to engage in doing. They started liking the schools they were going to. So when my kids were speaking English very well, and I noticed that they were starting to forget Portuguese, I made sure this would not happen, because I wanted to make sure my kids had the complete understanding of both cultures and both languages. Our decision was that at home they were going to speak Portuguese, and anywhere else they could speak English, but at home they would speak Portuguese. And it's funny because sometimes we would have a discussion and they would start discussing in English because they had a better control of the language at that point. And I would lose if I had the discussion in English. I had to go back to Portuguese and win that with my language. They both love the fact that now they're fully bilingual, and that has helped them in their careers as well. Se você está planejando se mudar para Pittsburgh, não tenha medo de falar a língua, de aprender a língua, de conversar com as pessoas. As pessoas em Pittsburgh são muito amáveis e são muito generosas. Temos uma comunidade aqui que vai te ajudar com tudo que você precisar. Every time I would call Brazil and talk to my dad or my mom, and I said, "Hey Dad, is it time to go back to Brazil yet?" He said, "Oh no, it's not time to come back yet. No, stay there, it's better there." And I took that advice and I stayed here in the United States. And I realized that it was the best choice I made, especially being here in Pittsburgh. I'm happy that my kids are nearby. I have family here. I have my sisters that live here as well. I have friends from all over the world that became part of my family. I have my students that are also part of my family, and I just love to teach. So Pittsburgh has been my home, and I don't want to go anywhere else.